we'd better show you the rest of the big tech stable, so to speak. All of them on the upside, and very nicely so too. Apple, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, all of them on the upside. Wow, big day. Who better to join us than Joel Shulman? He is here. Well done, fella. Well done. Good stuff. Susan Lee and Lauren Simonetti all together. Joel, yes. There's one big deal going on here, and that's the expected mini-China trade deal. Am I right or am I right?
You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
It's been true all year long. China has dominated the interest rate cuts or increases and so forth. I mean, clearly, China trade deal is the big thing that's driving the market. FANG should do well. No bigger gainer will be FedEx among the entrepreneurial companies that we follow.
But do you think this could be just a blip? Good news, optimism on trade, we blip up, and then what?
Well, we've seen this happen about 10 times in the last year and a half. So, I mean, there are 2 days before, 2 days after, we see a lot of volatility. Certainly on the day of the trading, there's volatility. The markets move by as much as 3-4% within a short period of time. I mean, if there is some sort of small trade deal, we'll see a 3 to 5% increase in the next week or so following, certainly a big, well, I mean, this is what we've seen over the last couple of years. I mean, last year and a half. Okay. So we've seen for that 1 week period, a lot of movement, but we've seen this many times before.
So we may go higher still next week when we get all the details.
If we get a trade deal, if we get some trade deal, but obviously the extent of the increase will be a function of whether or not it's.
When you say some trade deal, I think the premise is just that tariffs don't go up on October 15th. You have some sort of goodwill announcement saying we'll buy more of your soybeans, and you have more access to our market. That's all you need, isn't it, for 3 to 5% up?
Well, no, not 5%. I don't think 5% up on that news. I mean, I think 5% up is if there's some teeth put into, regulating them. I think based on just, kind of kicking the can down the road, maybe we'll see a couple percent. I mean,
that's still not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Now, Joe, you often appear on this program, and you are an entrepreneurial investor. You invest in entrepreneurial companies, okay? If that's your bailiwick, that's your wheelhouse,
that's it.
Which entrepreneurial stocks do well because of a China trade deal?
So FedEx. I mean, FedEx is up around 20. Well, FedEx is down 198. It peaked in April 18th. It was 198. Today it's standing about 141, so it's down about almost 30%, 28% from its highs. They dropped just recently. So among the large cap entrepreneurial companies, FedEx is going to be the biggest beneficiary. NVIDIA's got large exposure to China, but it is up year to date. But the FANGs, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, I mean, these stocks, move up with trade talks. They move down with trade talks, so they move with market, it's market.
You're right on FedEx. It's up 2% right now, back to 144. I mean, you're talking about stocks going up all across the board, and now we've crossed the 300-point threshold. The Dow at this moment is up 317 points. That's almost 1.25%. A very significant rally. Let's talk about Amazon for a moment. They've laid out where they stand on political and social issues. It was a political manifesto, isn't it? Why are they doing that?
We can call it a manifesto. Not sure. I guess they're sick of being attacked because none of their positions have changed. They just laid them out. I can highlight a few for you.
Yeah, go. What are they?
On the environment, remember that their employees started to protest them. They said, why are you selling your cloud services to the energy industry, oil and gas? Well, Amazon is saying the reason why is we want to help them accelerate their greenness, their development of renewables. On facial recognition technology that they sell to law enforcement, that too is controversial. And Amazon basically says, well, regulate us. We want regulation because right now it could go both ways. There's positives of facial recognition and negatives, obviously, so they're inviting the regulation. On taxes, they've been beaten up by Elizabeth Warren. They've been beaten up by Bernie Sanders, by Andrew Yang. The list goes on. Lawmakers, they're putting their stance out clearly on paper, but there was no changes. I think they're sick of being a punching bag.
Yeah, but what's interesting is it's not a left Democrat point of view or a right conservative Republican point of view. It's just an opinion on the issues which affect them.
But
that seems to be what it is.
And when you invite regulation, by the way, you provide a moat for yourself because only the big companies can afford to meet those requirements.
And Amazon is on your screens. It's up $16. It's still at $17.36 though. Joe, didn't you expect it to go back to $2,000 a share? Or am I misquoting you?
No, you quoted me correctly. I think it'll come back. I mean, especially if we have some sort of modest trade deal. I mean, they've got a lot of growth, a lot of momentum. I think it's going to come back.
For the benefit of our radio listeners, we're keeping on going up. This is the high of the morning. We're up 330 points. inching higher since the opening bell rang. All right, now we're up 329. We'll take it. How about Roku? Just look at that stock. An investment firm, Citadel, disclosed that they'd got a stake in that company.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
I think so. Griffin, he knows what he's doing.
Yep, he does. This is the Roku box, isn't it? The streaming box. You plug it in, you get all your streaming through there.
Yeah.
Have I got that right?
You've got it right.
Great entrepreneurial company.
It's up 500%, right?
Yeah,
since its IPO?
it's one of our best performers. It's a great entrepreneurial company.
You're in it?
Oh, I've been in it for a long time, yeah.
And you got up 500%?
Yeah.
And you still deign to come on this program? All right. Big move. Oh, there was a big move for Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday. Where is it now? Well, not bad. Up a little bit more, I think.
Follow through.
Well, 3% up. That's not an entrepreneurial company.
It was at one time. You had the two key owners that were there until their late 70s, early 80s. So it was, but they started milking it towards the end. And so we track entrepreneurial companies. And when the founders, CEOs stay on too long and they don't really produce any longer, we get out.
Do you like the new guy who's moved in?
We're no longer
in
this name.
You don't care?
I mean, we've been out for about 5 to 10 years.
I miss those blue coupons for 20% off. And I know you get them via
email. There were so many
email.
restrictions with them, though. The coupons were annoying. They expired. At first, you could use them whenever, and then they started,
Watch that stock go down. Careful.
Sorry.
All right. SAP, now they're a business software maker. I think they're headquartered in Germany,
yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They're one of the largest non-American software companies. Well, they've got strong earnings. That's helped the stock go up 9%. And their CEO, Bill McDermott, he's been there about 10 years, I think, in the top spot.
American as well.
He's an American, and he's stepping down. The stock doing very well, up 9.4%. How about Wendy's? They're going up big after reporting strong sales and a rosy outlook. Nice gain there. 2% up on Wendy's, $20 a share. Bitcoin, I'm guessing it's around 8,300. Got it. The price of gold, I'm guessing it's below $1,500 an ounce. Yes, it is. It's $14.89. I do know what's coming on the screen, by the way, I'll be honest. And look at this. The price of oil. An Iranian tanker attacked outside in the Gulf, outside the port of Jeddah, and the price of oil only goes up 49 cents.
Well, what about gold not going up when there's a tanker strike? Remember, you used to rush into safety at the dollar and the gold. It doesn't seem like those dynamics exist anymore.
No. Thank you, American frackers. Yes. Don't you love them? Oh, the yield on the 10-year Treasury. What is it? I guess it's a... Whoa. Oh. Whoa, I would not have guessed that.
Really?
No, I would not. Okay, yesterday at this time, you were around 1.55.
Yeah,
now it's 171? Good Lord, that's an extraordinary move. That's money coming out and the price going down.
But that also indicates that there's probably less probability of an interest rate cut later on this month as well.
But it confirms there ain't no flight to safety.
That's right.
Neither oil, nor gold, nor treasuries.
Right.
Ain't no flight there. Generac, okay? I've got one of these generators. Bought it many years ago. It's a bargain. It's really good. And they are the catastrophe stock.
Have you used it?
Yes. When you get a blackout in California, the stock goes up. That's a new high. $87 per share. What do you say, Justin?
Yep.
Third day in a row, record highs. That's the California blackout for you. The chief at Walmart USA, leaving the company, is going to be replaced by the head of its Sam's Club warehouse. The stock's not moving at all. I mean, that doesn't count when the guy moves out?
Yeah, well, this is no longer an entrepreneurial company. I mean, it was many years ago when Sam Walton was there. What's interesting about Walmart is that this is among all the Fortune 500 companies, they're down 131,000 employees. And a lot of people don't really pay attention to this news, but I think it's a big statement. I mean, this one company has taken down and lost more employees than almost any other 5 companies together.
They're making big changes.
Context, though, of big numbers, because don't 1.5 million still work at Walmart?
Over 2 million. So,
but they're down 150,000.
131,000 employees in the last year.
They're making changes to their business model. Right. They are laying off at Bonobos. They unloaded and sold their ModCloth acquisition. They might get rid of Jet Black. They're going back to the basics in some ways.
That's a good-looking chart, though, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, for a major company like that, largest retailer, that is pretty good.
They've gone digital. You can pick up, was it curbside pickup for your groceries?
Yeah.
And by the way, Doug McMillon is still in place. This guy reports to Doug. So as long as you still have the executive structure intact, there's no movement on the stock.
Well, look at that. It's 9:40 Eastern Time. Joel can go back to Boston and with a solid, good heart. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.